Hope well. Let's see what's going on in the twin flames. Cutting to the chase right away. Okay. One card for the Divine Masculine. His mind space. Wow, share a space. Divine Masculine wants to share a space, share the energy, share the support, share the room, share the house, share his love. But there is this energy of telepathy, co-creation, communication, and honoring each other. So it's all about, when you share the space with each other, and you don't even have to communicate, because you can communicate in the fifth dimensional realm. And there is a lot of telepathy between the twin flames and the beloveds. So there's a co-creation. It could mean that they going to work together, as a team. But it can also mean, at the workspace. If you're at the workspace, for instance, and you're working with co-workers, and making a co-creation that is letting you share the space together, and it's honoring each other. So if I tune in to the twin flames, I had a beautiful, beautiful travel with Merlin this morning. And there was also about sharing the space with your guide, sharing the space with your beloved. And that was the same kind of energy. It was it was raining in the forest, and there was a little shelter, and there was this divine feminine and divine masculine looking for a way out of the forest, and they shared the space together. So it's all about sharing that space and holding space for each other. Divine masculine holds space for the divine feminine holds space for the divine masculine. And you don't always have to communicate, because when you communicate and you're tuning in with your heart space, then you already feel what the other is feeling, then you don't need any communication. And I wish, we could go back to that timeline, because communication is so important. It never was important, so much as in these times, because we have different people, different cultures, different energies, and sometimes you just don't understand each other. But when you're connecting in telepathy, when you're connecting with the soul, with the heart, you don't need to talk, because you already feel the vibration of the other person that is guiding you to that space. Okay? And you know exactly what the other means, because I see most of the time where I'm coming from, where I see it, communication is just disturbing, because if somebody else take it differently than you, then that's why explaining why you're saying something is so important at this time. Because if you don't explain to people, they take it totally the wrong way, taking things out of proportion, blow it up, create drama, and then the whole circle is around again. And love is the only thing that combines. That's the only thing that is holding it together. So share that space, share that heart space, share that heart communication. Okay, let's see what's going on in the Divine Masculine's heart space. In his heart space, he's an indigo child. He inspires others. He's coming from the heart. He talks dialogue. He has a dialogue with himself, dialogue with others. So it means also he talks a lot. He has a lot of action. There is a lot of passion, and he creates his own community. So this is the indigo child. That is the Divine Masculine in his heart space. And he knows this. He knows this. He knows that he's an indigo child. He knows that he can inspire people, that he is coming from the heart. And he has always a dialogue. He has always a monologue, where he can talk and talk and talk and talk. He can talk for hours about his work and his passion, and there's no room for other people almost, because I see him, not giving the other the time and the space and the time to explain their story, because he jumps in and want to tell that story. It's really funny if you look at this. And that's not not out of a bad thing, it's just because he is so passionate about what he has to tell. So there's a lot of passion, and there's a lot of I see a man standing on a box, right? And telling his story to all the people in the street. And it's really funny. It's like a soapbox. And he's telling and telling and telling people, you have to do this, you have to do that. And it's almost like creating a revolution, what I see. And he has such a passion and devotion for it, that he wants to wake up the whole community. And it just takes time. It just takes time. It doesn't go overnight. So let's see what the Divine Feminine is seeing about this. Too many cards. Well, how does the Divine Feminine sees the Divine Masculine? How does the Divine Masculine sees the Divine Feminine? How does he sees the Divine Feminine? One card, please. Yes. Joy of life. He says, joy of life. He sees her as joy, enjoying her life, doing the things that she wants to do. Trust and open your hands. Share and let go. So that's how we see it. Hi, Conchita. Wow. How are you? It's just open your hands and trust, and let everything flow. So share with each other, share the cup of love, share your time, share your energy, and let it flow, and trust. Let it go. That's the only thing that you can do. If you let go of everything that you want to control, and there's nothing to control. Only when you hold on to something, it will slip through your fingers. So let go, let go, let go, let go. And they say open your hands, because if you open your hands, then everything that's in your hands, that will stay in your hands. Don't control anything. Just have the trust that everything will be okay and be for the highest good of all. If I say always, God or Goddess sees more than you see. So if he thinks and feels and sees that, your beloved or your twin flame isn't in alignment with you yet, then it's not the right time. And he says, I will put someone else on your path. So when that's happening, other things will happen. So that's interesting. Yeah. Somebody was looking at through the window here. Yeah. So open your hands and share and let go. So just trust that the divine knows what's best for you and what's the best time. And it also has to do with integrity. But he sees that the divine feminine is enjoying her life. Having a drink, having a blast, going sporting, going dancing, and she is enjoying herself. So that's what he sees. And but keep sharing. That's the most important thing. If you want to tell your divine partner something, keep sharing. It won't hurt him. It won't harm you. Keep just the sharing going. What's going on in your life. Okay. So what's going on for the divine feminine? Peace beyond survival in the divine feminine's mind space. Going to peace beyond survival. Peacemaker through inner peace. Resolving ancient splits. It can be that you're in separation with your divine masculine. And or there were words, or there was a misunderstanding. So it's time to resolve the things, even if you're not together, and you're on a distance, in your heart space that everything is okay, and make peace, don't the inner lamb needs to make peace with the lion, and the lion needs to make peace with the lamb. Instead of eating the lamb, and overindulge and overbearing, just come back in that space of where they can meet together, where the lion starts to protect the lamb, and the lamb will give joy to the lion by jumping over him and being joyful and having these energies. So the old, if there were old feats, a feat can mean between families, and that there is an ancient split between two families. And it happened a lot in the past, where two families from two different families, the masculine and the feminine, fell in love with each other and couldn't be together, like Romeo and Juliet, like the West Side Story, like multiple, stories. The one was rich, the other was poor, and it was a good choice to be together. And then there was this animosity amongst the families, you know, because they couldn't marry. But love has no, um, how do you call it? Love has no, um, preference. Love has no preference for this family or that family, or there is no discrimination, or, you know, love doesn't go by color, you know. You can't explain why that's happening, you know. But they're still together, and that's going on in the divine feminine's mind. You know, don't judge someone by its color, you know. um, it's like too too many people have a judgment about something, what they see or what they feel, and and that means something is out of balance within them. And you have to see and feel what is happening. Maybe you need to be a peacemaker in your family, you know, so the families can come back together and be in harmony. Okay, let's see what's going on in the divine feminine's heart space. So when you let go of those ancient splits, then there can be peace. Then there is peace beyond the survival mind. What's in the divine feminine's heart space? Wow, Lemurian guide. Beautiful Lemurian guide. Sister, friend, teacher of the infinity and universal love. So you are a teacher. You are a good friend for your friends. You are a sister for your sisters. You're a teacher of the infinity. And there's a universal love for everyone. And that's in her heart space, and she knows it. Your heart is so big for love to come in. You know, you can share your love with so many people. You're giving advice. You're a teacher. You're a very good friend to people, and that means that you're a Lemurian guide. That you're coming from the Lemurian energy, where everything was ruled by the heart space, and that was so beautiful. There was no communication. There was just telepathy. You know, there was this energy transport between people. And when you are tuned in with your energy, your heart to heart energy, you can feel, you know, what the other person is thinking and what the other person is feeling. So let that, you know, flow between the people, and then you will understand each other. But now we need words to communicate what we want, what we need. We don't listen to our feelings anymore, or most of the people. I don't want to say everybody, but the majority of people that are in the matrix, they don't even know anymore what feelings are, you know, because they running the rat race. It's like communicating with a baby, you know. How do you communicate with baby? Look at yourself. If you communicate with a baby, most of the time it's always joy. It's always joy because the frequency is high. You know, you want to make the baby laugh, you want to have fun with the baby, and you blah, blah, blah. Why not between people? Why not see, you know, and also when you go beyond the survival from the mind, you're coming into the heart space, and there you can transmute all that energy. And that's what she knows in her heart space, that she is through authentic. You know, from the mind is always the ego. And the ego can't control. He can't control and he can't take over your life, because if he takes over your life, you're screwed. Really, you're really screwed if the ego takes over. So go to your heart space, open that heart chakra, and let it flow out into the world. And be for everyone, be good to everyone, you know. Don't even, because the energies are so quick now, there's such a strong synchronicity, the thing and manifestation. As you think about it, it's there. As soon as you think about it, it's there. And that's when you're in that higher vibration, you are manifesting like nuts, because the energies will pour through, and they will give you information, and all the information is for you, and to do what you want to do with it, and send it out in the world so you can attract what you need to attract. It's your abundance, it's your creativity, it is divine guided, you know. And the Lemurian guide is that beautiful person, you see, and it's the high priestess. So how does the divine feminine sees the divine masculine? I also hear divine feminine needs rest. Her mind needs rest. In her heart space, yeah. In your heart space, you really feel well, but it could be that you're a bit tired, and that all the shifts that happened the last week was so intense that you need some time and space for yourself to upload. She sees him as an earth angel. She sees him as kindness. Sensitivity is his strength. She sees him from a higher perspective, and he has divine abilities. So she sees that he is an angel here on the earth, you know, taking care of everything that needs to be done, taking his priorities in it, that he's seeing things from a higher view, and that he needs to use his divine abilities. And that means everything what he has in his toolbox, he needs to use, but he needs to use it well. You know, maybe he needs to check for himself what his where his guides are taking him, with his intuition, that he needs to follow that intuition. It's really weird, because you need to do work there, and that's what the divine feminine sees. Okay, divine masculine, you get something from your source as an intuition that you need to follow, because you have to bring there something. It's not about to get something, it's about you need to bring something. And if they say, okay, you know, you have to go to Mexico, or you have to go to Egypt, or you have to go here, or you have to go there, you have to ask further what the task is, what you need to do there. Because as a light worker, You never have a vacation. If you say, okay, I'm going on a vacation, there will always happen something where they need your energy for. So always be in service. Always know that there will be situations that is needing your energy. So if you're going to, I say, for instance, to Brazil or Peru or the places I have been, Vietnam, there is always a task that you need to do that other people say, oh, you're going on vacation again, not knowing that you're always working, you're always transforming. If it's war energy, if it's ancestral energy, if it's, opening portals or whatever, you're always working. And that's why you're an earth angel. That's why you need to do the grid work and all that kind of stuff. And if you get that in your intuition, don't say, no, I'm not going there because, I don't have time now. Otherwise, they won't ask you. It's your prior no priority to do that work. Because you're in service. You're first of all, you're in service to the divine. First of all, you're in service to the greater good for all. And if you dismiss that task, and you say, no, I'm not doing that, then you block your how do you call it? You block your divine guidance. So that's how the divine feminine sees the divine masculine. You're an earth angel. You're here on earth to change everything, not for your own doing, but you're in service first of all to the higher good, to the divine. And your kindness and your sensitivity is your strength, and you see the things from a different way. As an indigo for the divine masculine, he's jumping around like a little kid, and that energy is needed. You need to be aware that you have that focus and don't go from this to this to this to this and jumping timelines, but hold that focus, what is coming on your path, and it's guiding you to something, or guiding you to a situation where you need to be. So it's also for Conchita in Mexico, there are some things coming your path, that needs love, that needs your love and your energy and your kindness, and transforming things. So you're always, as a light worker, working and transforming. Because I got a dream last night and it was amazing. If more people were aware that we can change the weather by weather shamanism, then we won't allow this shitty weather all the time, all the chemtrails and all that stuff. If we come together as shamans in a circle every month, we can change this. Because you also know when you meditate outdoors, the sky will clear open for you. So why not talk to the weather gods? And we all know that we can do it, or not, but I'm aware I can do it. I had proof of it, that I opened the sky. I had proof that when we were together in meditation that we opened the sky and the sun came out. So if we do that all together, and we talk to the weather gods, I think we can change this weather. We can change the chemtrails. We can change it all. But I don't know if there are enough people that are aware of it, that know this, that have this strength to do it. So I think we have to gather people and to teach them how to do this. So I know that the ancient Native Americans did this. If they needed rain, there was rain. If they could let it thunder, and hail like madness, and we can do this work. We can say, okay, we go through the other way. We go and change it by our energy. So let's see what is supporting the divine masculine. Yeah, I think, and that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I got it in my dream. They said, you can change the weather. You can change the weather. So maybe that's a new part that I need to start to group, for weather transformation. Who knows? And if there were more groups over the world, then we can fight all these chemtrails and the chemicals and stuff what is going on at the moment. The sun doesn't have to shine all the time, but please let it be natural. Guidance. Follow your guidance. Wow, divine masculine. This is just a confirmation that I gave you. If you follow your inner compass, follow your guidance. Feel yourself supported and trust your guidance. If you're going against your guidance, then you're saying no to the universe. And first of all, you're on this earthly plane because you have a task, and you have to follow that instinct. Wow, that's really, really beautiful. And that's the whole thing. If you get guided to do something, and it's for the greater good of all, the divine knows exactly what you need to do. Otherwise, they won't give you those visions, those intuitive feelings, those strong alignment, and then you have to follow that inner compass. So it's very powerful. Don't do anything against your guidance. That's it. Otherwise you're if you say no, that's or another time, then you will miss your chance. And I've seen it with so many people here that want to come here, and they just say, oh yeah, but it's not the right time. Bye, doors closed, next opportunity will come on 2 years later. You have to wait another 2 years, or you have to wait longer for that. You need to follow the guidance that is given to you always. And if it's not in your heart and soul a yes, then you have to see what it is, what is withholding you, or is it the ego, or is it fear? Sometimes it's fear, sometimes it's just the ego. or lack of knowledge, I hear. Okay, could be. So that is what the universe says. To support you, always follow your guidance, always follow your instinct, what your guides are giving you, you know, because that's where the magic is. That's where the magic is. And you don't see it yet. But when you do it and you follow that guidance, then it's like, wow, doors are opening and, you know, the magic is happening. So follow that guidance. I hear, don't let yourself be taken away and making excuses, because the matrix giving you these energies that you're not able to go where you want to go. It could be, you know, you're having a study, you know, you're waiting for your exams to be returned, you know, stuff like that. I see so many people, young people, they say, okay, I did my exam and I'm going. I'm not going to wait for the results. I will see what happens. And you know, 9 of the 10 times they all succeed, and they had their journey already. And that's beautiful. Sometimes I see the youngsters saying, you know, bye school, I'm done with you, I did my part and now I'm going off. I'm not keeping myself hostage by you for another 4 weeks to wait for a result. You know, I'm going to celebrate. And you know, nine out of 10 times, you know, they were right. It's really beautiful how that works, because youngsters are still more connected with their intuition, with their feelings. Yeah. Okay, how does the divine masculine sees the divine feminine in the relationship? How does he see the relationship with her? Universal language of oneness, love and listen with your heart. Well, that's exactly what the divine feminine does in that relationship. You know, there's a universal oneness. She knows that everything is one with each other and everything is connected with each other. And listen with your heart. Well, that's exactly. Sometimes I hear myself saying to my mind, shut up, because you're not real, because it's trying to get you off track. It's trying to give you something that is not real. We all have opinions about something, but it's all made up to get you off track, to get you in separation from that divine union within yourself. And the divine union in yourself is in your heart space. So it's light language, you know, speak your light language. And I had light language last week coming through, and it was needed. You know, I noticed that there was a chopper coming over, and when I was talking light language, the chopper left. And I was like, wow, this is very powerful. And I tried it another time. I tried it three times. I tested it 3 times, and all the 3 times it worked. So the light language is a very powerful tool to to resolve and to get rid of negative energies or negative systems. Okay. So that's how the divine masculine sees her in the relationship. Too much. Okay. What is supporting the divine feminine? Earth, ether, and matter. Spiritualized matter, new life sparkles, and bedding in the light. So it's the twin flame journey. And when she's holding herself towards this twin flame journey and holding the twin flame journey in her, embodying it, embedding it in your body, in your system, then it will support you, because spiritualize new life. So everything what is new in your life, or new things come into your life, it needs a spiritual energy, it needs a spiritual body, it needs a spiritual heart, higher heart energy to. And that means if you're going into a new home or a new house, make sure you clean it, energetically, and that you bless your house, or that everything what's new, bless it, and put the gratitude in it. Bless your food, what you're taking in. And that is getting you into a higher frequency of light. You're coming more in that light body, in that light being. And that will support the divine feminine. Okay. How does she sees the divine masculine? In the relationship, as a divine blueprint. It's source of self, embodiment, inspiration, and you are ready. Your blueprint is ready. Your divine blueprint is ready. The only thing you need to do now is to embody it. Get it into your body. Get out of that mind, because it's a source of self. The template that you get is source itself, that gives you the inspiration to move on and to get new things. All the things that you are doing from the mind is getting you out of that system. Everything you do it with gratitude, do it with, spiritualize it. Spiritualize everything in your life. And that will make you ready for the leap that you need to take. And that's how the divine feminine sees the divine masculine. You're doing a lot of things, but there are still some things that are done by the mind and not done by the heart space. So the more you embody it, the more you do, the more you bless, the more you spiritualize everything from the heart space, the greater the inspiration will be, and the sooner you will be ready. Ready for what? Well, maybe it's bigger than yourself. You never know. So that's what the divine feminine sees the relationship with the divine masculine. So let's see what the universe is saying for the divine feminine and the divine masculine together. Cosmic cycles. Oh, didn't we have that last week? I don't know. Create a sacred space Embrace and unlimited possibilities. So it will be that there will be so much inspiration coming towards you both that it's going cosmic cycles, and there's a lot of inspiration coming through, a lot of new things, and you need to create a safe space for yourself, and embrace all these unlimited possibilities. And it's going really, really, really quick here. You know, you think about something and it's there, it's manifested. You know, you create something together with source. It's always together with source. You never do it all by yourself. If you do it by yourself, yeah, you can do it, but it costs you a lot of energy, and it is it's hard work, you know. And when you let yourself be guided by the universe, everything will work for you, you know, because it's the right place, the right time, and it's the space. You need to know that you always need to invest. It's never done for nothing. It's not you know, getting. It's behind the scenes. Everything is working together with source, with the universe, and it's not done by, you know, in a heartbeat. If you don't invest, if you're not willing to lose, to take a risk, and take a risk knowing that you can lose everything what you put into it, that's just the matrix thinking, you know. But you need to take that risk. And that's why the universe is supporting you all the way. All the way, you know. You have to take a risk in some things. And if the universe says, okay, you take that risk and you're willing to lose everything, I'm going to support you, because that's courage. And that's where you need to head, you know. It's not about, you know, coming into a spread bed, you know. It needs to be energetically in alignment, and you need to take a risk, and you need to be willing to lose something, because that's a sacrifice, right? If you're knowing what the sacrifice is, sometimes you want to work harder for it. And if you don't, you know, uh, yeah, how do you call that? Sympathy for the ones who lost what they could have. So yeah, that they don't see the light in it, you know, when it's needed. So that's really that's a big lesson I had a few weeks ago. You know, if you it's you need to have sympathy for the ones that lose things that they didn't see the light in it, that they didn't believe in it. Because when things change, they change for the better. And that's a huge thing, you know, to, I hear regret. So, yeah, you have to take a chance, you have to give your offerings, taking risks, and yeah. I hear also take the consequences of your risks. So, and that's the 3D thinking, you know, because if you work with the universe, There are no risks. You know, it's just divine guided. Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, they're giving me so much to say now that I'm going off track. Let's keep it to the twin flame relationship. Beautiful. So let's get the lovers cards. One for the divine masculine, one for the divine feminine. Wow, some people are getting very lucky. Wedding. This situation for the divine masculine involves a marriage. So it could be that your divine masculine start to realize that he can't live without you and he asking you to marry him. You know, it's is this what you want in your life? You want to feel secure, you want to please another person, and this is about you. This is about thinking about marriage, you know. Are you taking a leap of faith? Are you willing to take that leap of faith? Because that's also a risk, right? Let yourself be guided by the universe. Let yourself be guided by the heart. If your heart says, yes, this is my person, I want to be with her for the rest of my life, have my blessing, you know, and go for it. But if there isn't a reasonable doubt, you know, that your heart is saying, oh no, I don't know if I want this, I think it's better this way, you know, keep it that way, or let go and wait for something else, something better to come along. Because in the meantime that you're growing, you know, other people will also grow, and it could be that there is somebody out there that's really perfect for you. Okay, so for the divine feminine, your love life is influenced by religious upbringing and a spiritual path. So it could be that there is something holding you back um, about religious factors. You know, divine feminine is wearing already her crown. She's crowned to queen, and she knows exactly, you know, the relationship she's in is if there are two religions. That was what my mom always said. If there are two religions on one pillow, the devil is in between. And it doesn't always have to be like that, but most of the time it is, because when your religion is different than the other person's religion, there always be differences of viewing things, seeing things, upbringing, and your spiritual path. So it could be that your love life is influenced by that, influenced by religion, and influenced by a spiritual path, or that your spiritual path is not aligning with your partner, or your religion is not in alignment with your partner. Then you have to make a choice for yourself, or choose now, before the wedding, to go a totally different direction. And that's, yes, it's a sacrifice. Or you say, okay, I take the risk, you know, and then you will discover it during your journey, what if it's fitting or not. Okay, well, this is it for this week. I hope you had a beautiful week. All the planets are in alignment. I think 5 or 7 planets, I think, that is in alignment now. It's Jupiter, Mars, Uranus, Neptune, Venus, um, Ceres was there, and Pallas Athena. They all were in alignment with the sun and the moon, and it was a huge and intense, very intense energy. Okay, and we're still feeling it. So I wish you all the well. I wish you all the blessings, and yeah, I see you Monday next time. Bye bye.